of Testomat. Okay, checking the cool. So translation is already on web, so we can start. Today I'm going to tell you a little bit about my most powerful tool. It's QA Audit. This tool I was using in all the companies I was working after the Komodo, where I created this tool, and I think it will be very useful and perspective for every QA. So today I'm streaming on channel of Testomat. It's a great test management tool. I would say better than TestRail or X-Ray, if you know. So I'm happy to be here, and I was written some article about KAudit here. I'll share you the link on that, and you will be able to go through the article and use my template. Okay, let's say a few words about me. So my name is Yuri Mali. Currently, I'm CTO. Also, I was on position of head of QA manager, head of QA department, head of QA stream in different international companies. And during this 12 years, I've got a lot of experience in QA sphere, and I like to share my knowledge. So I'm leading some classes on IMPM, QA Group, and Beetroot Academy, so manual QA course. Also, I graduated at International Management School in Kiev on pre-MBA business class. So I like to learn something new, and sure, I like to share my knowledge. So if you will have some question, you can easily find me on social networks, on messengers. I'll share all the context in the end of the presentation. Okay, so let's start. We are talking about QA audit. So what is QA audit? As it's written on Testomat blog about QA audit checklist template, that is independent evaluation for every software and development process. You can use it for any product, for any project, for any company. So it's fully documented, performed, and planned with objective of evaluation the program by requirement and acceptance criteria. So you will see this template, this file, like number of points which you are checking to understand is it compliant or not. So what it's in general, it's just understanding how is going your process, how is going your project. Maybe it goes pretty well, but we don't know if it's good or not. We should compare it with something. And in this case, you will have objective tool for measurement all details and measurement of progress. So it's about QA audit. What is it? Why do we need it really? First, it's problem with application quality. Maybe you have some bugs on production. Maybe you have something with stability, something with environments, and so on. So this will help you to define these problems, because when the project manager or configuration manager or DevOps or head of QA or QA lead will check it, he will easily understand is it working or not. Maybe you have some software testing process issues. For example, some bugs not been fixed in time. Something with passing from development to QA. For example, we had interesting situation in company Komodo where QA spent a lot of time for understanding is it working on new build or not. So I introduced processing like handover, where I put developer and QA together, and developer during 10-15 minutes showed the QA what was done in this feature, and this is working. So this process was fixed, and QA saved a lot of time for this investigation. Maybe want to grow and need some unification. So you should have base where you stand on, and how will you unify your process around all the projects and all the teams. For example, in company Komodo, where I grow this QA audit, I started with 6 teams, 6 projects, and finished with 15 teams and 15 projects. So we had it lead on the all projects in company, and it was unified for every project. Maybe want to grow and work better. You will find some bottlenecks, you will find some problems, and solve it, and you will have this highlighted. So after the finding this problem, you will start working with that and grow, and work will be better. Generally, when company became higher and more bigger and higher in expertise, and when company want to be more mature, uh, some certification boards require to understand is this process works well. So they have a lot of different checking, but you can, based on this QA audit, you can easily prepare for such certification or improvement of maturity of your project. So understand that it's go well and smoothly. So if you have anything from this list, you can easily try to use the QA audit template. Okay, who could run it? So everyone understands that it should be some special auditor, some special guy or girl or expert who will run this audit. So this audit can be internal and external. Really, you can uh, build it in your company inside. So any QA could run it, any manager or team lead, some coordinator, everyone who related to QA sphere can work with that pretty well. And the main purpose to catch the project manager, to catch guys responsible for all the processes, for all the tools, and lead this list with them and fill it in. After that, it will be planned for improvement. So any person who want to be responsible for product quality could run it easily, even project managers. Yeah. What are the main areas for checking? I defined 5 areas. First is project management, how project goes, what process in that, and so on. Second is Scrum process, or we can call it methodology model. How it goes. My favorite methodology is Scrum Agile. So we, in all the companies where I was working as QA manager, I was in detail in the process, and I built up proper Scrum process. When I was working in company Luxoft, during 2010. I was working with a project where all the processes were built up by Craig Larman, one of methodologists. And there was ideal Scrum because it was set from UBS Bank, from the client side. It's the best Scrum I've seen forever in my career. That's why I introduced all my knowledge from this experience in another companies. So sure, when we measure if it goes properly according to the Scrum process, so we will see what should be improved. Third, and one of the most important, is quality assurance. For sure, it's testing, it's QA, it's responsibility for the quality. We should understand our level of quality. We should understand all the details on that and how we should improve with test plan, test strategy, test cases, bug reports, and so on. Everything should be absolutely clear and checked. Fourth, it's configuration management. Right now, it's more wide known as DevOps, so development of operations. And I call it configuration management because it's all the configuration of servers, of continuous integration systems, and so on. And the fifth is product management. So project management is like working with project inside these processes, and product management is high level, how this product works in production, how it's filling customers' needs, and does this customer happy with this solution, and does he have vision or some roadmap and so on. So this part is pretty good for understanding our validation if we create proper product. So that's main areas which will be checked in this QA audit template. What effect should we expect after this audit? First, it's for sure transparency. Transparency improvement will be the first result because you don't know really is it good, is it bad, is it growth, is it fail, will we have some problem or not? We doesn't know it at all. So this transparency will be mm, really improved, and you will understand how it's going according to your list. What second point is understanding of real situation. We don't know how it goes right now, but when we complete this audit, we understand the current cut. So what is going right now? And we understand that really it's working, and these parts are not good, and we should improve it. We defined system of metrics in which we will measure our progress and our results. So this defined system already created and working, so you can just use it by taking and updating. That's all. Result analysis after the completing of audit, you will have all the results with all the commands. What should be done here? Does it important or not? If it's important, we should improve it. Why it's not so important or why it's bad, and we discuss it, we update, understand, and continue to grow. So after these results, we can analyze it and update properly. We every audit, so this audit leads, I recommend personally read it at least once per month, because this is pretty good period for uh, creation this improvement plan and defines the growth zone. So we have some zones which we will be improving, and after the improvement we can add some new zones and so on. That's why this growth zone will be selected according to the priority. Metrics of results. So we have a result and we measure it, and we have this in defined metrics. And if we are talking about some old projects, some complex projects, we should be sure that it's not degraded. So we measure not degradation level. It's working as previous, and we don't have regress in this process and in this product. So all these points will be effect of QA audit. How will be presented this result of QA audit? You will have some date After filling in all the details, you will have this bar chart for one date, for example, 8th of June, and in 1 month, on 8th of June, we will see some improvements in every zone, and we have total score. So we see these bars, its project managers grew up from 50 to 73. Scrum process was updated from 42 to 75. uh, Quality assurance from 35 to 68. Configuration, the smallest because it was 61 and up to 63, and product management from 61 to 66. So in general, we have overall growth for 21% from 49 to 70. The most interesting thing is that you can run all the zones in parallel, because responsible persons will be defined for every zone separate. So project manager will be responsible for project management and maybe for Scrum process. QA lead will be responsible for quality assurance. DevOps will be responsible for configuration management, and maybe some product owner will be responsible for product management. And if we properly discuss it and put some tasks on improvement, we will see the growth in 1 month. And this audit can be run every month, and you will see that in a few months you will grow up to 80, 85% and so on. And sure, after that, you can extend your audit with some points important just for you. Okay, so we have here a link to the template, and I can move to the Testomat EO. It's receipt, it just article, so you can read it down in details, so to check and so on. And this link which I put down, it's real template on Google Docs. So it's my QA audit. You can see here everything pretty simple. So I said that it can be done initially from the scratch just by using this template. And no complex formulas, no aggregation, nothing. And we see the simple things. First part, it's our aggregation view, so report. Uh, Under this, we have checklist items for project management. And you see here that traceability, risk register, iteration plan, project vacation plan prepared, release notes created, and so on. You see all these points. If we check the number of them, it's 38 points. But initially, when I created the first version of this QA audit, it was just yes or no, complying. You see, column C, it's complying, yes, no. And if it's comply, so we can put yes. If not, no. But I understood that different points have different value, have different importance on that and different priority. And if we are talking about product features like epics, it's most important because it should be done properly in Jira. And risk register is important too, and it should be created for every release. But risk register review with team regular, it's not so important, and it can be put through this, just middle. And for example, vacation plan in and procurement plan, it's not so important for this product because we don't have often some procurement, and our vacations can be done without any plan, so it's not important. So, for example, project has organized page, all links on this page up to date. And we see that every point, every item have different value, so different importance from 1 to 5. The most interesting thing, if some point is not applicable, you put here 0. And I'm not sure if I put 0 somewhere in template, but you can put it as 0. Yeah, I didn't put it. So you can put it like 0 and put instead of no, n slash a. So it's not applicable. Yeah. And after checking, you see this result. For example, yes, maybe it's full, maybe it's partly, and you see the progress. So in total of 38 points, we have 109 total points. After the calculation, we have maximum level, it's 108. You can you can change every item according to importance in your project, but in general, it will have total sum. And if we check the result of audit on 8th of June, we see that all these values have 55, 55 points out of 109. And we have here such a simple formula which shows the sum of possible and sum of real achieved points. So we have 55 divided for 109, and in percentage view, we have 50%. We have a little more than 50% complement on that. And here we have command that risk register should have link. Some training needs should be gathered from development. Do we need some trainings for development team? Some project specification up to date, new info adding. So we have new information added to the specification. So old information didn't change. Maybe it's not up to date and it should be added. For example, vacation plan we should discuss. Is it needed or not? Maybe it's not so important. You put here after the running this audit, you put it all the commands and see the links. You even can ask project has an organized page. So, what is this project? Who is working on that? What are the contacts? Where releases history, release notes with bugs, and so on. So you can just ask project manager to put the link here, and he will put it here, and you can easily check this point by opening this link. That's it. So after the selection of points which should be added, which should be improved, in 1 month you see that we have improvement created risk register. Risk register was created. Updated weekly, yes, we started updating weekly. We create a meeting and every week we review project risk register. We started reviewing with the team. We created integration plan. We had integration plan, so here nothing changed, but we created training needs gathered from the development team, and so on. So in total, we have after the improvement, we updated all the marks to 80. We had 55. In 1 month, we improved it to 80. So 80 points, and it shows us 73% in total. So you can easily do the next and next points. So it's regarding project management. Similar thing with Scrum model. We call it just Scrum model, SM. Uh, and we see that for Scrum, we have um, 38.2. So the same value as for project manager management. But if we check total numbers of that, we have 93. So it's less. There are not so important point, not so important points as in project management, for example. So in total, we have smaller number general, and you can easily update it. So we have daily Scrum meetings on Scrum. We have sprint planning part one meetings. We have sprint planning part two meetings and regular grooming meetings. But we don't have on regular base sprint planning part one. So we should improve it. But if when we improved regular sprint planning part one, yes, but we decided that we don't need sprint planning two with the team in this project. So we joined it in that project. We joined sprint planning part one and sprint planning part two, and we run it as one and update it. You see, it's not applicable and it's zero. So when it's not applicable here, we put zero and it's not counted in overall view. So persons who accept user story identified. So product internal dependency, well-defined definition of done. So all this point you should discuss and understand what the main meaning of this. And you see that for first audit it was 39 out of 90 out of 90 because I removed number 3. And it's Scrum model with all the detail of Scrum. And so we have a code review for new feature developments, we have unit tests, we have on-time code freeze. One tasks take no longer than 1 day, but you see that we didn't improve it. It's not we didn't achieve it, and so on. So you can select some points and choose them for improvement at all. Quality assurance. Every user story have user acceptance test. In development, so not only every user story, but in development. So in development, you should have acceptance test. In testing, it should be done without any doubts. So defects have summary, defects have descriptions, precondition, environments, operation systems, and steps, everything in detail, how we should write defects. Defects release version, priority, components. So everything is checked. So how we use test trail, how we use Testomat, for example, and test cases created for each user story. Okay, so we didn't create test cases, but we create checklist. And in 1 month, we started creating test cases that it will be documented for functionality. Test cases executed in defined test run. So in test trailer and Testomat, we have test run and we can assign test cases there and it's working. Some old test runs archived. QA strategy or QA approach is up to date. It should be reviewed because you know that QA strategy it can be done once a year and no one takes a look on that. We are working and it's okay, no problem. But really, we need to see it updated and we should use it. So test plan is up to date. We should run analysis of bugs from production environment and even from stage, why we missed it on stage, and so on. So in total, we have for QA 69 points total, but 28 points. So 28 points here, and in total 69. And we have compliant 24 of them, and we can continue. Oh, here won't change it for the last view. Yeah. So in general, we have improvement for 54. So we improved everything because this QA process was pretty easy to fix, to update, and to start working properly. And we see very good uh, result after the review. So out of 69. Configuration management, development environment ready, source control environment ready, Git branching model adopted. So development in dev branch, releases in master branch. Continuous integration up and running. Test environment ready. Running unit test in continuous integration. Running integration test, functional test. So everything which created by DevOps on environment is listed here. Some monitoring system created and work properly. So access to every system is personalized. So everything is in order. And we have 64 points in 28 units. So it's 27 points. In sum, we will have total possible achievements 64. So we have achievement in 39. But after the selection of areas to grow, we have 40, so we have improvement here. And the last one is product management. We have it product vision here. We have product roadmap. It's confirmed and public. Maybe it's written somewhere on site, like on Testomat. We have some features and you can see it just on site. Product roadmap up to date. We product owner participate in grooming meeting, in review meetings. He accept this. Uh, he accept user stories created. We have a list of 5 main competitors of the product described in details. 5 main users filled in. Some goals and initiative described according to smart and invest mnemonic. So we have portal of ideas created in AHA. So it's another system where we can create these ideas and link them to Jira. All ideas up to date. We had created a slain critical errors and we have planned for 6 months ready. So here we have 56 points in total and 21 row. And after first month we have 34 and here we have 37. So not a big improvement, but we have it. So in total. And pretty easy to gather all this project management here for chart. It's just uh, equals to the top one on audit, and we can see all these values from here. We are taking just from here and put it on one place for general, because when you see at QA audit chart, you will see that it took data, took data uh, from this chart. Uh, okay, so we just take these items to bar chart and we see this overall view. So when you run QA audit next time, you just put audit date. So you copy all these columns you see there is one more column, task link. If we create something for improvement because it was not improved here, uh, yeah, for every task different person who will accept user story is identified. So when we see this task that we are going to improve it, we can easily put tasks in your task management system, for example, Jira, and put link here. And you will see that this link, you can go by this link and see the status or ask a command, for example, in a few weeks, does something was done on this case. That's it. And you can put here this task after command. So you just copy all these columns uh, and put it next after that. And uh, you put here date, for example, let's put today's date, uh, 15. Okay, yeah, 15th of February, and you start going through all these points. For example, you have this yes and put it here. Yes, yes, and 3, 5, and go through all the rows with responsible persons, put all the commands, command, and tasks, task number. Yeah, and you see that it's completed here, and we have all these items, all these numbers here. Uh, you can just easily copy this into 4 rows, if I'm not mistaken, 1, 2, 3, 4. And here you have a view of the our today's audit. For example, you can see it 75 general improvement. And when you put it here, uh, just double click on that and diagram. I remember it was a little bit easier. So here it is or not. Okay, let's double check. I'm afraid it's another. Mm, uh-huh. Here it is. A little bit confused because I remember that it was much easier to create in Excel. I just selected this and inserted diagram. Here it is, configuration, but with this one, yeah. Scrum process, yeah, something like this. And you have similar diagram. I think it can be done somewhere in settings, but I don't remember where exactly. And you see all these points with view. mm, And, Here it is. Mhm. Yeah. And, okay. So we have it's pretty similar to this one. Yeah, and it just can be updated with not so long on that. Okay, so I'll remove everything I was changed. So you can see it's pretty easy to do here. Yeah. And we have initial view of this QA audit template. It's shared to everyone who has this link, and you can just copy it here, copy it to your Google Doc and update it for your company and for your projects. So you can just go with project manager through all these points and, for example, decide that something is not important for the project, something can be changed, something can be removed, and you can easily just put somewhere project has organized page. We don't need organized page on that, so we put 0 and put an A. And you have this result and it will change in general view. So in total, that's it. You see how it's working, you see how it can be done, and what will be benefit on your company and project after usage this QA audit. It will show you areas for improvement. You will have some knowledge transfer from one side to another based on that. Customer satisfaction will be increased because it's pretty important. Quality, cost, and profitability control. So, as a side effect on that, you will see the real cost and mitigation potential risk. You can see that here in article on it's written in details and what is benefit. So you can easily dig into details to understand so why it's so good and why it's so important to use. So everything is here described in detail, and you will see some result in transparency and understanding what is happening on your projects and products. That's it. That's benefits from QA audit. And to finish with my favorite phrase of Winston Churchill, if you are going through the hell, please go in. Just keep going and you will win. That's it from my side. All my contacts here. I would be happy to answer questions if any. We discussed with the team that they will share some question from you to my Telegram chat, and if everything is okay, and if you have some question, so I'm ready to see it and to answer for your question. Anyway, please join my Facebook, please sign to my Instagram and add to LinkedIn. I would be happy to connect with you. And if you have any questions on QA, sphere on product and so on, you can easily to write me down, and usually I'm answering in one day, not longer. So my team says that right now we don't have question. So let's have a little bit uh, time to wait. Maybe there will be some question. If not, you can uh, write me anytime in any messenger. So I'm accessible in mobile phone in Ukraine. Also WhatsApp Messenger, Telegram Messenger, Viber, and so on. Can you post TG channel? Yeah, I can post my TG channel. It's not my channel. Is sorry, I would say that I'm not. I didn't create it. My Telegram channel. uh, I'm on the my beginning way of this, so you can just write me in direct. Let me mm, send you my Telegram, because I noticed that not every one can find me in Telegram by mobile phone. It's pretty strange, but it's true. So I put it here, and uh, you will see it's from our team. So I think that it's a good idea to create my Telegram channel and to share some interesting points from my professional life, from some professional hints and so on. So thank you for the idea. I think I will create Telegram channel in a few weeks or months, and sure, I will share it. Okay, maybe you have more question. Mm, right now, I guess no question. Okay, let's wait a little bit. So in general, what I would say is that this tool, it's very convenient to use. It's nothing complex. You just should run with your project manager or some QA lead and so on. You can easily run through it, and to start using it and to update and see how your process will go better and smoother. Okay, my team say that no question right now. So I think that a few minutes we can wait, and if nothing, you can easily find me in social networks and in Telegram, in Viber, in the any messengers, and via phone. Yeah. Uh, Thanks. Everything is clear. Sensory information. Great. I am happy that it's useful information, and I hope you will try to do it, to run it, to try, and will get some good results. So, if you will have any question on implementation on that, you just can write me down, and I'll help you, no problem. Okay, so we have 50 minutes run our translation, and I think we can finalize with that. Thank you very much for your time. That this time on Wednesday you decided to spend with me to see something new and something interesting. I hope it will be useful for you, and we'll be happy to answer question on implementation. That's it. Okay, great that you join me and have a good time and have a effective implementation and growth in your projects, in your teams, and in your companies. Get connected. See you. Bye bye.